Hello everyone. Today I want to talk a little bit about your week 6 assignment on performance evaluation methods. In this assignment, we have Tori's Fashion Incorporated. They sell clothing and accessories throughout North America. The company's compensation committee is made up of 5 members from the board of directors, and they're meeting to discuss the CEO's contract, which expires next month. The committee is currently reviewing financial information for the 3 most recent years, year 3, which is the most recent, year 2, and year 1, which we see here. They have the sales, cost of goods sold, gross margin, selling and administrative expenses, operating income, and the income tax expense, which is at 30%. And then they have the net income listed here. So you have a little income statement for 3 years here. Next, we have the balance sheet, the average balances, and we have everything listed here: cash, accounts receivable, inventory, your total current assets, your property, plant, and equipment, the land that's held for sale, and the total assets. And then we have under liabilities and owner's equity, we have our accounts payable, other current liabilities, your total current liabilities, long-term liabilities, which are 0, and the total liabilities. And then we have total owner's equity, and then we can see the total liabilities and owner's equity does equal the total assets. Additional information given. The income statement indicates that sales increased from 30% from year 1 to year 2 and 35% from year 2 to year 3. Net income increased 14% from year 1 to year 2 and 18% from year 2 to year 3. One member on the committee, Vivian Bentley, would like to offer the CEO a multi-year extension with a significant bump in salary and thousands of shares of stock options. When questioned why, Vivian pointed to the positive results reflected on the income statement. Another committee member, Carter Posey, agrees with Vivian that the income statement trends look great, but she would like to review the other measures of performance as well. Carter has asked you to come up with 2 measures of performance that go beyond simply looking at the income statement. You are to calculate return on investment for each of the 3 years. Note that the balance sheet amounts presented for each year are already average balances, so there's no need to calculate average balances. Assume that land held for sale is not an operating asset, and calculate residual income for each of the 3 years, assuming the company's cost of capital rate is 12%. And then you're to summarize and explain your findings in part 1 and 2 to the committee. Okay, so now let's take just a quick moment to look over the template. You have a pretty good template here with a lot of information. It says, since land held for sale is not an operating asset, it must be deducted from total assets to find operating assets or average operating assets. So you're just going to list your total average assets, which you are given in the assignment. You just need to go and look at the balance sheet to get your total average assets. And then you're going to subtract out the land for sale to get the total average operating assets. Then you are going to use that average operating assets that you calculated here in order to calculate the ROI. And so you'll take your operating income, you'll just get this from the income statement, and you're going to divide by the average operating assets, and this is going to give you the ROI. And I would do that to 2 decimal places, just like what you see here, where I've input the X's, okay? So return on investment is equal to your operating income divided by your average operating assets, okay? And then here you just have a little calculation here to do for year 3. It's basically the same thing you're doing here. They just have it down here, just showing the formula. Okay. And then in Part B, it says operating income and average operating assets were calculated in Part A. Cost of capital rate is what percentage? I believe this was given in your assignment, given in the information. And then they're giving you the formula to calculate residual income. So it's residual income minus operating income minus the percent cost of capital times the average operating asset. Okay, yes, and I did double check. You are given the cost of capital, so you just need to fill it in here. It's in the assignment instructions. You just need to fill it in. All right, and then finally, for the last part, you will just answer the question, which is to summarize parts 1 and 2 and just explain your findings to the committee and make your recommendation. All right, so it's a pretty straightforward assignment, a really great template. You should just walk through it pretty easily. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. I'm always here to help you, to just look over your work quickly, answer any questions that you have. All right, so good luck. I can't believe we're in week 6. Make sure you wrap up any loose ends. If you have missing assignments, now's the time to be getting them in. On the last day of class, that'll be the last day that you can submit anything at all. Any assignments that I've graded that I've said you could resubmit, make sure that you get those submitted by the last day of class. That is the deadline. And after that, I won't accept any other assignments. I'll be working on final grades and getting ready for the holidays. So I hope you all have a great Christmas and enjoy your time with your family. I've enjoyed being your instructor. I hope you'll keep in touch and wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.